Today, the first tool I want to talk about is the Gerber EAB Mini. This is a very lightweight, slim EDC utility knife tool, and I think it's pretty cool. Now, just recently I did review its a little bit older brother. A lot of you said, hey, this one right here they didn't like because it had this bottle cap lifter at the top. And then you do have this place where you can attach it to a keychain or like a lanyard, and then the pocket clip. Now, the Mini right here has no pocket clip. I do like the topographical design right here, and then also this keychain right here, but there is no pocket clip, and it has this same design where it's fairly easy to deploy, and then you can actually just take this out right here, and at this tab at the top is where you'll actually depress that tab, pull out the blade, and replace it. It's not extremely hard, but it does take a little bit getting used to. This metal is fairly thin, so you do have to force it apart a little bit. So you would push this tab back, and then you can pull the blade out. I don't really want to do it on camera. There we go. You can see, I guess I got it right there. So not the easiest system to replace the blade, but definitely when you get it back into its original housing, it is a very slim and light knife, which is very cool. I do like the topographical design on the opposite side. I like that black and topographical right there. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and weigh this because I am pretty sure it comes in extremely thin. I want to weigh the a little bit heavier version right here. This came in at 38 grams. This new one comes in, let's see, let's clear this, and this comes in at 36 grams. Or if we turn this to ounces, 1.3 ounces. The other one came in 1.4. So actually this new one they're almost the same size. Really close in size, but this one definitely is a little bit more streamlined. And so I think some people will like that it does not have that bottle cap opener. And then some people might even like that it doesn't have a pocket clip. I sort of prefer the pocket clip, but then you can always get those pocket clips that attach to the keychain. If I was going to use this every day, I would probably use a pocket clip like this right here. You can get these very cheaply on Amazon. I don't know, 10 of them for $6, something like that. And then you can just attach it to that keychain holder, and then you have a pocket clip. You can easily slip this in and out of your pocket. Pretty nice little design from Gerber. I like their attempt at these utility knives. The only thing I would complain about with this one is it is a little bit hard to change out the utility knife blade, but I'm sure with practice it gets a lot easier. Now, this next tool from Gerber does look a little gimmicky, I have to say. Gerber says that their broadhead keychain tool has 5 tools. Comes in, around that $10 mark, just like the last one. I like the looks of it, but you have the Phillips driver here. You've got the flat driver here. You've got like the package opener on this side, and then the can opener, the 1/4 inch bit driver. So let me grab a bit. See, we'll grab a bit right here, and yeah, so you can use this right here as a bit driver, but I don't know why you would randomly carry 1 extra bit or 2 extra bits with you for this tool. I don't know, but it works to some extent, I guess. So that is right there what you have from Gerber. I don't know, for $10, I guess if you want a very minimalist keychain tool, one of the things that I find ironic is a lot of people actually do end up carrying something like this and find it very useful. So while it might seem a little crazy to some of us who carry a full-size multi-tool every day, so for instance, if you're carrying the P4 or the Leatherman P2, this right here looks ridiculous too. But to people that don't carry anything extra, this does actually come in handy in a pinch if, they don't carry any tools. For instance, I've got some kitchen cabinets that it seems like over time, the hardware gets a little loose and I always need a multi-tool. So if I had this on my keychain, yeah, I can see how that would be useful. Just pull it out. And then every week I might find a use for that, or even the flat driver, even the bottle cap lifter. There have been times when I'm the only one at a place where there's bottles, soda in bottles, the old fashioned ones, and people want a bottle cap opener, or a bottle opener rather. And so I have a multi-tool available, and then I can do it. So yeah, I can see how it would be useful, but for $10, seems a little gimmicky still. I'll try to put on the screen where I actually got this on AliExpress. This is a very unique tool. It comes with these 4 bits, and you have 2 flat bits and 2 Phillips bits. And these are held magnetically in here. They very fidget fun with that with those magnets right there, so you can click these in and out for hours. And then this right here, you can also see has magnets. And what I think is really cool about this is a reversible ratchet. So you don't hit a lever, you are the lever. Let's go ahead and use this. So get this bit out right here, fits in, and then there we go. You can hear the ratchet. Okay, so you want to go the other way. What you do is you take this out, turn it around, and then now we're going this way. So now we're going the opposite way. So you turn around the ratchet lever. That's different. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Maybe some of you, the rest of you guys have, but I haven't personally. Now, I don't know why you need another driver on this tool, but they give you another driver. Not only do you have the driver here at the end, you have that driver, you have this ratchet driver. Then if that's not enough, you can also have a driver right there, which, like I said, doesn't make any sense to me. I would think this makes the most sense, and then, you know, the ratchet. You do have a glass breaker here at the end for those of you interested in getting stabbed. These, I feel like usually these end up stabbing, but it's not extremely, it doesn't protrude a huge amount, but that is something to keep in mind. Does have this place where you can put it on a keychain, I guess. And then there is this tool, which I don't know what, I'm not even sure what this tool does, to be honest. It looks like a serrated blade almost. And then there's the screwdriver at the end, and I guess this is for a very small screwdriver perhaps as well. Yeah, different. Not sure about that. All right, and then this tool, this actually makes a lot more sense. This one right here is the scalpel. So this uses the number 11 scalpel blade right here. So that's pretty cool. But these do not lock into place. That is something to consider. These, yeah, are not locking. But overall, this is milled out of titanium, or at least an aluminum look-alike for titanium. I do like the feeling of the tool. It feels heavy but light enough. It feels solid. I guess that's what I would say. It feels like a very solid tool. It was around $40 on AliExpress, but I have to say, I think it's worth it. It's a pretty cool tool. It's got a lot of fidget factors. A little different tool right here, the outside, but other than that, it makes a lot of sense. If you want a driver, a knife, I think it's cool. Now, the internet has been going crazy lately with these Workpro water pump pliers, and I saw someone's video on this, and so I made sure to go ahead, let you guys know in a post that these were available. And then I have actually taken the Workpro pliers, water pump pliers. These are the 4-inch before they went out of stock. I've taken these to work, and I have actually used these recently, and I find them very useful, just like I do the Knipex pliers. I think both of these are very useful. Now, the Workpro are just slightly, barely a little bit longer than the Knipex. They do have this place where you could, attaches to a keychain or a lanyard or a nail on like a pegboard. So that is an extra useful thing right there. I don't find that it gets in the way. I do find that these are almost as good as the Knipex in the sense that they almost have the same amount of function. But as I think other people have mentioned, I haven't watched a lot of other videos on this, I do find that they're a little bit more gritty perhaps. They don't have the same smoothness that your Knipex will, that your Cobra XX will, extra small. These work a little bit more smoothly, where with this one you have to use a little bit more finesse to get it to fit right. Again, it's very close, but there is definitely, you can tell, a difference in why this one right here, when it's available on Amazon, is around $10, and this one is around $34, $35, $33, somewhere around that. So you can tell the $20 difference when you're using it every day, but is it worth that extra $20? I don't know. I mean, this is really close. It's really good. I actually might just use this full time in my work pouch, because if I drop these and lose these, it's not that big a deal. Where with the Cobra, I don't want to be losing a $30 tool, or with this one, it's not that big a deal. So I do find these very useful. I would definitely recommend these. They are not going to be exactly as good, but for the price point, you are getting amazing value for that $10. Now, I will put a link for the 5-inch, and as soon as the 4-inch is back in stock, I will try to make some community post about that. I'll have to check and see if it is in stock. It wasn't the last time I looked, but I do think these are pretty good pliers for the price and what you're getting. If there are some more small multi-tools you want me to review, make sure that you let me know, and I may perhaps get them into the channel. Want you to know that just recently I found a Browning really cool tool that I have never seen before, so that will be coming to the channel. That's in the mail right now, hopefully, and there are a ton of things coming up, so make sure to keep watching and make sure to subscribe as well.